Why do we love nonsense? Why do we love Lewis Carroll with his "'Twas brillig and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe, all mimsy were the borogroves and the mumraths outgrabe"? Why is it that all those old English songs are full of Fal-de-riddle Ido and Hey Nonny Nonny and all those babbling choruses? Why is it that when we get hep with jazz, we just go booty booty boopty boo and so on and enjoy ourselves swinging it? It is this participation in the essential, glorious nonsense that is at the heart of the world, that isn't going anywhere, that is a dance. But it seems that only in moments of unusual insight and illumination that we get the point of this, and find that thus the true meaning of life is no meaning, that its purpose is no purpose, and that its sense is nonsense.
Hey, what's up? So I remember a couple of months ago I was reading a comment on a YouTube video, and this guy made a comment that he goes, this it's talking about the globe deception and the flat earth truth, and he basically said if anybody out there can prove to him without with 100% certainty, physical proof, none of this NASA bullshit, that we are a spinning sphere flying through outer space at these crazy speeds, he said he would give him everything. He would give him his house, his trucks. He's got multiple trucks. He would give him all his bikes. I guess this guy has some Harleys. He would give them $50,000 if anybody can prove the globe. And I should have saved that comment. I subscribed to the guy. He didn't have any content or subscribers, but I've got like over 1,000 people I'm subbed to. I can't remember his name, but it's got me thinking this last little bit. For all the globe believers and the globe defenders, I'll give you everything I have. I'm not going to say what I have. It's not much, but everything I have. I'll be your slave. I'll be your bitch. I'll give you everything that I'm ever going to make. Every fucking penny I'll ever make in the future. I'll be your slave. You can whore me out. You could sell me to a fucking sex cartel or whatever. Pimp me out. And I know it's going to be like, not for women, until my fucking ass doesn't work anymore. And you can keep all the fucking money from whoring me out and pimping me out and anything. You put me to work, you can make me fucking lick your car clean. The brake dust and all. If you can prove to me, you personally can prove to me without any doubt, no fucking fantasy, no scientism, no theories, no math, physical, testable, repeatable proof, observable proof, scientific, not scientism, scientific proof, all of that, without any shadow of a doubt that we live on a fucking rock with water sticking to all sides of it, spinning at 1,039 miles an hour, whatever the official speed is, traveling around the sun at 66,600 miles an hour, tilted at 23.4 degrees, flying through space at 2 million miles an hour. I'll be your bitch until the last fucking breath that I have in this life, on this plane. So other than that, just shut the fuck up about you're defending the globe. You're defending a belief system that you cannot prove. want me to make your car payments, your mortgage payments. I'll do whatever the fuck I have to do. That's how much I know I don't live on a spinning fucking rock. Bring up these garbage arguments about effect and
people love
tides
nonsense.
and time zones and all this fucking bullshit that doesn't do anything. That's not a smoking gun. Keep avoiding the main issues. Let me see what's going on.
This is so cringy. But this is pretty much like, this has always been a thing, like in the conspiracy circles, in the Bill Cooper Exposed podcast I listened to. The guy, Don Ecker, he talked about Billy Goldman, I think was his name, his podcast or his radio show, and Bill Cooper would just go on there and say all sorts of crazy things. And then if you listen to the Bill Cooper's Hour of the Time, he talks about conventions where people go into fantasy land. So it's just, there's always been a market for like nonsense, I guess.
Austin is a fortune. Like the accidents, they're small, but everyone has those really nice cars now,
Yeah.
and all these little like rear ender taps really add
From
up
texting
for
and
ICBC. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's a big crime that's happening
Here in Delta?
in Canada?
Oh, okay.
$500 million a year.
$500 million.
$500 million.
Yeah. What?
I tried to call the Surrey RCMP. They said they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
The Canadian Space Agency is defrauding us and faking space.
I don't understand.
They're not really going to space.
No, they don't. Do they?
No.
I think they give NASA.
This guy's
the fund,
like,
don't
I don't
NASA
understand.
takes $50 million a day and $50 billion a year. I mean, our government our program, I looked it up, is $500 million a year.
they? Yeah.
And they just film these spacewalks in underground pools. You can see air bubbles.
I'm not a space expert. I couldn't tell you, but
I know you couldn't tell me, but I would hope you would look into it. Like, we got to do something about this. This is like they're stealing a lot of our money.
That's a federal government.
Well, the RCMP told me that it's a Surrey thing.
Do people think?
But look
like,
into it, right? It's pretty.
Do like flat earthers think that it's the police's job to investigate government corruption or something, because the police works for those people. That the police work for the elite to enforce the rules for the slave class. The rules don't really affect the upper class. You know, they have a different set of rules.
Interesting. They're faking space.
I mean, I like it, but space, right? Exploration and all that.
I like space and all
I don't.
that.
I know nothing about
Shit.
the Canadian
Yeah, but we
Space
like
Agency.
the idea. I like the idea of space travel and all that.
Yeah.
And now I've done a year and a half of research, and I found out it's all fake.
Oh. Well, that's
So-
not good.
Yeah, so Officer
not
Newdorf,
good.
Are you the truck driver for this?
No,
one?
no, I'm
Okay.
from over there.
From where you know.
Yeah. No, so I'm trying to spread the word, and I'm trying to get like some authorities to open up. I know it sounds ridiculous that the government would do this. I called the MP too.
Yeah, that's something for your MP to look into, or your federal police. The local Delta police, we wouldn't be involved in something like the space agency.
But just yourself as your own human being, I would. Did I pique your curiosity?
I'm curious about everything.
Okay, well look into it. Go bubbles in space.
I will
Yeah.
Google it. What was it?
Bubbles in space.
Bubbles in space.
Yeah, and you can look up NASA fraud, NASA hoaxes.
Okay.
There's not so much done on the Canadian one, but they're involved. Same with the
There's a lot of websites dedicated to the moon stuff, right?
Oh, the moon landing is a complete
All
hoax.
that, right?
You know that's fake?
Well, I wasn't alive then, so I don't know. I can't tell you.
Well, they went to space 50 years ago, and we haven't been back, and now they're saying we can't get out of low Earth orbit. It's really fishy.
When you can go to space, are you going to get a
끝까지 날 바꾸려 하지만 아니면 차라리 다른 사람 만나 두덜대지 마 밤늦게 나가서 놀면 좀 어때 어쩌다 전화 안 받으면 어때 왜 자꾸 그래 너 나를 못 믿니 너에게 날 맞추지 마 나에게 더 바라지 마 거품처럼 거짓말을 버블 있는 그대로 생각해봐 보이는 대로 날 바라봐줘 거품처럼 거짓말을 버블 말은 좀 예쁘게 해 웃을 땐 얌전하게 연락은 좀 자주 해 너나 잘해 hey 버블 웃다가 가끔 우울하면 어때 좋다가 갑자기 싫어지 어때 왜 자꾸 그래 너 나를 모르니 너에게 날 맞추지 마 나에게 더 바라지 마 거품처럼 거짓말을 있는 그대로 생각해봐 보이는 대로 날 바라봐줘 거품처럼 거짓말을 너에게 날 맞추지 마 나에게 더 바라지 마 거품처럼
of insisting. But there is this strange persistence of insisting that our group is the best group. And I feel that there is in this something peculiarly irreligious, and furthermore it exhibits a very strange lack of faith. Because I believe that there is a strong distinction between faith on the one hand and belief on the other. And belief, stated, say, in the Creed, is a fervent hope that the universe will turn out to be thus and so. And in this sense, therefore, belief precludes the possibility of faith, because faith is openness to truth, to reality, whatever it may turn out to be. I want to know the truth. That is the attitude of faith. And therefore, to use ideas about the universe and about God as something to hang on to, in the spirit of Rock of Ages cleft for me, and there's something very rigid about a rock. And we are finding our rock getting rather worn out in an age where it becomes more and more obvious that our world is a floating world. It's a world floating in space where all positions are relative and any point may be regarded as the center. A world which doesn't float on anything, and therefore the religious attitude appropriate to our time is not one of clinging to rocks, but of learning to swim. And you know that if you get in the water and you've nothing to hold on to, and you try to behave as you would on dry land, you will drown. But if, on the other hand, you trust yourself to the water and let go, you will float. And this is exactly the situation of faith. The Christian proverb is that man's extremity is God's opportunity. And so people, in other words, have to get desperate. Imagine the idea that the moment you were born, you were kicked off the edge of a precipice, and you're falling. As you fell, a great lump of rock came with you, and is traveling alongside you. And you're clinging to it for dear life, and thinking, gee, I've got to hold on to this, you see? Well, it doesn't do a thing for you. And it's only making you anxious. And it's only when you understand that it doesn't do a thing for you that you let go and relax. So everybody's in this situation. We're all completely insecure. We're all headed straight for death as if we had been condemned by a judge. And yet here we are all clinging on to things. And we have all sorts of alibis for doing this. We say, well, I have responsibilities for my dependents and I've got to cling on. But all you're doing is you're teaching your dependents to cling the same way as you are. And making them miserable by learning to go on surviving compulsively. So the thing is, same way, if you're caught in a torrent and you try to get out of it by swimming against it, you'll just wear yourself out and you're still carried along with it. So the sensible thing to do is to turn around and swim with it. And if you want to get out of it, swim towards the edge. But go with it. Same way when you're sailing. Always keep the wind in your sails. If you want to go against the wind, tack. But use the wind. So it's this way, you know. We're all in this great stream of change, which we call life. We are the stream. If you imagine you're separate from it and you're being carried along by it as if you were a cork, that's a delusion. You're a wave of the stream itself. So get with it.